how vodka was invented to help you kill bacteria, clean your taste buds, improve your mood, clean guts. It's like improved blood circulation. It's basically a healthiest drink on earth.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
It is 40% of pure alcohol and 60% of water. So that's the perfect ratio for our body to absorb alcohol in a certain speed. And once you are messing up with mixing it with different, like cranberry juice or something, you're messing up with science. Then you have a headache. It's not about taste of vodka like when we taste whiskey or scotch or wine. It's all about taste, like what details, right? Vodka, the least amount of taste, the better. So it has to be super cold.
Wow.
Super cold. So that is like a whole ritual.
Wow.
And once you do it right, you understand the beauty of this process. If you go to a restaurant, it's like more about food. You're not gonna be surprised much. Speakeasy, it's still like something that you don't know how to enter. A little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
A mystery waiting for you. Because whatever happens in Speakeasy stays in Speakeasy, and you can say it's the same about barbershop. Whatever happens in barbershop stays in barbershop.
That's a great.
Or use my straight razor by the neck.
Oh.
If you tell yourself more than 100 times a day, do it now, just this phrase, you're going to be successful. Nike took this, just do it. Chris Bryant brought a goat to the game to remove a curse. And next year, guess what? They won a World Series. And I teach people how to drink vodka right.
What's a common mistake that people make about drinking vodka?
First of all, they...
Well, here we are at Yana's barbershop. It's actually where I get my haircut. I actually get my haircut right here.
I was going to say, isn't this your chair?
This is my chair, yeah. I still get haircuts, believe it or not. So I do need them. I know, thank you.
No,
so,
they look good.
So anyway, here we are with Yana.
We are done with the haircut part.
Yeah, we're done with the haircut part, yeah. Yana's going to tell us her story in a bit, but she started here in this barbershop. But we're not going to do this here. We're going to do it next door, and we'll talk about what she built next door.
Yep.
Which is kind of a hidden treasure.
What kind of next door you're talking about?
Like right over here.
Oh, that's a secret.
It's a secret. Just tell us, just really briefly, kind of what started here before we go to what is continuing over there.
So cool.
So this is my first job here, and second job will be there. So I start here usually in the morning and continue slowly to transition to a different, so first I'm Yana, the barber, and then I'm Yana, the Speakeasy owner. So here started 5 years ago. My grand opening was scheduled on a grand lockdown, same day. Lucky me, and basically 2 months I was on lockdown. Thankfully, I had my clientele who was very loyal and took care of me. I had those 2 months to start my creativity and design and make this place the way I wanted my guys to enjoy. So that's how we all started here, and basically the creativity never stopped. So that moved me towards more and more ideas, adding more and more stuff, and especially after this experience with pandemic, the lack of communication was obvious. And I felt that people were coming here not just for a haircut, but mainly to talk.
Right, so that's what's happened here. You've created a community, a classic barbershop community where people come and chat, and there's a lot of conversation
and
when
share
they come
themselves
here. Share themselves, talk about their kids or their families or their love lives and the sort of the local politics. This is like a center, but
isn't it neat?
That was daytime.
Not only local politics, global politics, everything.
Yeah, this is quite an intersection, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and you are an immigrant yourself.
I came 20 years ago, yes. Like how I ended up in Highland Park, it was a very interesting story that I used to work in Lake Forest in the salon. And my boss, Serbian lady, she told me that Yana is a very difficult name to pronounce. We're gonna
from
call
where? What's your name?
From Russia, from St. Petersburg. Yeah. She said, we're gonna call you Jenny. And
Yana is not that hard of a name.
So she started to promote me as a Jenny, and some clients like were coming in and to my chair, and I was Jenny for them. But my clients started to come, and they called me Yana, and that was confusion all the time. And people were asking, like, are you Jenny or Yana? I'm like, I'm actually Yana, but it's easier for you to call me Jenny. So after a few months, it was a disaster. So everyone was calling me basically Yana, but new clients were coming. Jenny was Jenny, and I asked my boss if I can be back to normal Yana, because it's kind of like I'm tired of explaining who am I. And she's like, no, either you are a Jenny or you cannot work in this place.
Not, yeah.
And that's
cool.
the true story. And I basically was amazed and started to pack my stuff. And she was telling me, like, Madonna changed her name, Britney Spears changed her name. You are in the industry of change. You have to also be able to change your name. I'm like, thank you, but I'm gonna stick to my Yana. And I was out of,
Work.
on the street, basically no work, no place to work, 3 kids at home, and it was pretty interesting. And I've looked at the Craigslist, and I found this ad that somebody's looking for temporary barber. And I came to Roger Williams.
Which is the street over here.
Yes, and on the
Other
other
side.
side of the railroad. And the barber who was here for 38 years prior, he was in the hospital, and he was needed somebody to help. And I started to work, and since the day one, I fell in love with all the people that came. They were like absolutely incredible, so open, and I was, of course, nervous, how everyone would be, like, was the first client, like when you have in your chair, so you don't know what they like, what they want. But everyone was absolutely like helping.
And they all called you Yana.
And they all called me Yana, yeah. It wasn't a problem, actually. So 5 years later, I was ready to expand. And it was time to move to a bigger space and maybe hire like more stylists. And I found this place, which is like happened on the day of lockdown. So, but that's why, like, and again, like Yana helped, my name helped me to go through all this interesting transition. Plus, I put Yana's barbershop on front.
I mean, in your face.
And yes, so but the reason was not because I was kind of shy more than greedy. Because people during pandemic, and I moved, they didn't know how to find me. And I thought, like, once they will drive, they see Yana, that would be like an easy for them to find me here. So that's like Yana's barbershop, how it started.
So you did this, it's very successful, but you weren't done dreaming. So you have a secret next door. Let's go. Can we go see your secret next door?
Yes.
Okay, let's
try.
go. All right.
So it's right around the corner here.
Well, what do you
Let's check
have?
it out.
It looks like a
Here's,
dead end over here.
It looks like a piano.
Oh, what's
Oh,
a
no,
piano?
organ.
It's an organ, music organ, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but look, who's
Hey,
there?
hi.
Who's that?
Hi, you gotta play the piano to enter.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look at this. Check it out.
So cool.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
amazing.
Oh wow! This is your secret, huh? Welcome to a new episode of Disrupt the Podcast with your co-host Andrés Tapia,
And Eloiza Domingo.
where we challenge conventional thinking or look at the new ways that are shaping our future.
And we're excited to have this amazing episode today where we're in this really great place we'll talk about. So today we're going to be talking about the disruption of community, but behind a secret door.
That's right.
That's right. And just like some of our other podcast episodes, we actually have a guest here. And just like many of our other episodes, they're one of your friends and your colleagues. So I'm actually going to have Andrés start. And so you introduced me to this place. You introduced me to our guests. So how did that start?
Yeah, well, it started next door where, Yana's barbershop. And now this is Yana Speakeasy. So I've got my haircuts there. And but Yana had a vision, and we're going to talk about that vision that has to do not only with a great place to serve drink and food, but to create community, which is what she has disrupted with her vision. And so I am a city councilman. So I've met Yana both as a consumer of her cocktails and her food, but also, she had to interact with the city in terms of the permits and she took this place and they stripped it all down to convert it from what it was before storefront for something completely different. And she'll talk about how they created the space. But, you got to navigate the red tape of the city and kind of figure out a way. And she's a first-time business owner of this kind of place, right?
Okay.
Business owner next door, but a barbershop and a speakeasy, they don't usually
very different.
Very
I was gonna say they don't normally
It
go together.
is very different, but in the same time, it's in the same vibe. Like Ravinia, barbershop, speakeasy. It all has like something like cultural in common. So style
and community,
yeah. And everything is like kind of connected, like a puzzle pieces together. It's different puzzle pieces, but they are all connected together.
And then for our viewers who may not know Ravinia Festival, which is the largest outdoor music festival in the United States. It's just down the street that brings thousands of people for 3 months in the summer. And it's all musical acts, right? From CSO to 50 Cent, right? And everything in between. So when you talk about the vibe, right, there's that creative, artistic vibe of the city and Ravinia Festival. But you said barbershop and you said speakeasy. So and community, tell us how these pieces fit together in your mind.
In my mind, it's definitely like the whole look of a barbershop has more of a classy feel, with respect to good music, good style, good looking people. Everything was like there, like it was a beginning. And obviously, like I felt that something is missing for the part of the beautiful conversations. Sometimes it's a ceremony, not only like when I'm locking a person on my chair, but also, or use my straight razor by the neck.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, I would listen to anything.
I was like, go ahead.
But sometimes a good cocktail is always a conversational piece. Oh. So cocktails help us to continue our conversations, and not to be limited by the appointment of a haircut. And I usually see only one part of the family, like a man in my chair, but they talk about their wives, their children, and I wanted to kind of know all of them. And here I created more of a continuation of our conversations or our overall experience. So people, not just once a month when they needed a haircut, can come here, but also can come anytime.
Yeah.
And cocktails is a part of the art and mixology and the way we serve food. It's all all creative art that we are basically represent here as a continuation of taking care of our beautiful clients.
Word continuation, right? Because community implies a knitting together, right? The rhythms of the community, in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening, and how we interact as we shopped or go out to eat or just go for a walk or walk our dogs or take care of our grooming. And I like sort of have sort of a daytime, nighttime continuation, right? And you also have we'll clean you up over there so you can go out, and looking
Nice
good,
and
right? Spiffy.
presentable,
And then we give you a place to
absolutely.
be spiffy at, right?
Absolutely, and I had already like a few families that were celebrating 21st birthday for their boys, which was including like first we were taking care of the boys like hair, we give them a hot shave, and then here is the first. Like a drink
That's
with
such
the
a cute
parents,
idea.
with more of a respect,
Awesome,
right?
respect to drinks, respect
respect
to
to
the
alcohol.
to the yourself,
Yeah.
and
Great
it's an art of
connection.
drinking, art of how
Of
you
looking good.
are
I
looking
love
good.
that. Great connection.
It's the whole art is everything, and we are in the center of art in Highland
in
Park.
Highland Park.
Yeah, I
which
like
is-
this coming of age ritual that you talk about family. Like, I like the connectivity. Like you have women come over here too, but it's primarily boys and men, right? And for you to involve, your staff to involve people in conversation, kind of classic barbershop conversation, and it's about everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then for you to say, well, I love hearing your story about your family, but I would love to meet your family. And how can I create a
Absolutely.
space? That's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, and let's talk a little bit about. You've got a guest, and are they going to play the organ? Unscripted. That's okay. No, that's okay.
Someone's at the piano.
I know someone's at the organ.
Someone's at the organ.
Are they going to? I want them to play the organ. This is amazing.
There's nobody there.
Kind of a little elf.
That's a mystery.
A duende.
Should I go in there?
Very cool.
Oh, hi.
I've heard such incredible things about this place. Are you Yana?
No, that's my mom.
Oh,
Hi.
I heard that it turns into a speakeasy.
Yes.
Yes, awesome. Can I talk to whoever would maybe?
Hello.
Hi.
We have
You can come.
interview right now.
You can come in.
I could talk.
Should I come in?
You
come
can-
there?
We're filming. We're actually filming a podcast.
I'm so
No,
sorry. You do not want this in your. I mean, we were sledding the whole time.
You were sledding?
Now I'm embarrassed.
We like your footwear.
My footwear. I loved it. Like the Grateful Dead. We love it.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I just wanted to actually talk about the other part. I have my son's last hair. He'll be 3 in January. His last haircut was last October.
Wow.
He's been wearing it in a little man bun.
Yeah, I love man
And
buns.
the time is going to come in January. You guys have been highly recommended.
This is the perfect.
I'm just stopping here because I went to the cleaners, but like I need help with some plan before I just go and cut my baby's hair off.
She's the expert here.
I'm Jan.
Oh, hi, I'm Stacy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I was like, should I just bring him in on the day I make an appointment, or could we make
plan
this
it?
appointment beforehand?
You can easily to use website and make an appointment, and you can make it with me and find like what's the a good time for you, and we will talk and I will spend
And
some
here's
time.
the little clutch stuff. There might need to be a cut in more than one day, because I have a feeling he is going to cry.
Oh, we're gonna talk like usually. Like
He cried the last time.
it's very interesting atmosphere here. So usually children, sometimes they are like a little bit like depends on the mood, this day and whatever.
She's afraid
But
of it, like-
we can meet
And his
first.
hair's like down to here, now, but it's just like straggly. It's like.
We can meet first and talk like first, and so he will feel comfortable. It's not necessary to push him and actually cut his hair. Like we can do it like gradually.
Like maybe can I bring him here one day just to see the place but not get a haircut?
Of course. That's
Obviously I won't bring him in here if, because he's
You can bring it.
I mean, I'm happy to bring him anywhere. Look at what's going on in here. This is absolutely incredible.
Have you been to the Speakeasy?
What?
Have you been in here at night?
I haven't.
Then
I
you
just
gotta-
heard
it's
about it
lovely.
from a friend.
But you can come with your son, and we have dessert menu. It's a restaurant, so you don't have to worry about like age. So he will get familiar with everything what's happening here. That we are all friends,
And now
and
that I crashed your party, Can you tell me more a little bit about the Speakeasy?
That's our speakeasy. So we are working at we start at 3:00 on Tuesday through Saturday, and it's a vast cocktails and incredible food selection. It's kind of like art project for me.
Okay.
It's fun. It's fun.
Do people get up and like do poetry or anything?
We are actually in a barber shop, build the stage, and we're gonna do some mic nights. So it will be either music or it will be some interviews. It will be some the comedians, stand-up comedians, storytelling.
Can I move in? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm taking up your time.
No,
but
don't apologize.
Okay, this is wonderful. Okay, I don't want to take it.
And we are actually, she's on our podcast, so we're not part of
And what's
this.
your podcast?
It's called Disrupt, the podcast. We're co-hosts.
Okay.
And it's all about disruption, and we focus on disruptors in work, play, relationships, and society. People that are just disrupting things that are common. And our episode here is disrupting community.
Yeah.
She has a very disruptive view of how to create community through a barbershop and a speakeasy. So that's what we're talking about.
Can you tell me one thing about what you're saying? What you said when you said play? I'm a psychologist. I'm a stay-at-home mom now, so I'm interested from your view, disruption and play.
Yeah. So
Look at me.
Yeah.
Here I am, the interviewer.
I'm good. So the pillars are, work, play, society, relationships.
Yeah.
Play is in given that there's so much, like you said, just like work to do, there's relationships, there's society, but like what do you do for play? I mean, what do you actually do?
Right.
So you just said that
I
you
see. You're using the word disrupt of like not staying on the one main path.
That's right.
Exactly.
Let's change it up.
Yeah.
Let's
New
disrupt.
ways of playing.
Yeah, new
right?
ways of playing, new way, yeah.
Let's disrupt the
mainstream view of play or relationship.
And how are you, right, exactly, and how are you creating, innovation out of something that might not be the status quo, or people might think it's the status quo, i.e. a barbershop, and we're switching things up.
You guys
right?
came right into my life right at the right time. I used to live in Colorado, and everything was disruption. Like we used to see, I used to see a lot of music and wear tutus and glitter and all this stuff. And
I love
and since moving back here, actually, it's not the common.
Yeah. Well, so you got to check out our podcast. We have an audio and video. Disrupt the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and you'll see it on YouTube, and also you'll see it on all the audio platforms. And by the way, I'm a city councilman here in Highland Park as well.
Okay.
So you're one of my constituents.
What is your name, Zari?
Andrés.
Andrés.
And so this is Eloiza, Domingo,
Yeah.
Andrés, Tapia.
Our guys can also give you the information
Yeah, we
too.
can.
Okay.
Share.
What's your name?
Yeah,
My
what's your
name,
name?
sorry, I'm Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
Nice to
Eloiza.
meet you.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Well, Stacy,
Thank you,
nice
guys. Thanks, Stacy.
So you were talking about 1 + 1 is 3 in
Yeah.
business? Like, what do you mean by that?
And people who found this place through Speakeasy, they are very interested in barbershop and come to the barbershop. And same my clients that were like going through all this process of building this place piece by piece, going through all legislation process. And I'm very fortunate with all my clients there from I have doctors, I have lawyers, I have all kind of everyone.
You have artists coming through here?
Very skeptical. People were very skeptical that I would be able to make it through, because knowing of the Highland Park, a little bit of resilience on anything like what comes with
right?
resistance for the alcohol and everything. So Highland Park is a dry city.
No, what used to be.
It is still in the sense that you cannot have freestanding bars. So you have to have a restaurant still.
Yes.
But
You have to serve food with alcohol.
Oh,
yeah,
There's no
absolutely.
freestanding bars.
Oh, okay.
But it used to be a dry city.
it
So
used
it's
to be
progress that now you can sell alcohol, but it has to be with
absolutely.
food.
Got it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But with all support and without my guys that were supporting me, I would never go this tough, bumpy road. And Andrés knows how bumpy it was. But it never would happen without everyone involved. So that's why like we all together, and this is kind of appreciation of the support. So that's how I see
Yeah,
it.
and Yana, you made it clear, this barbershop and bar thing has a lot more, and restaurant has a lot more connection than we realize. You explained that. But why a speakeasy? Why? Like, because you could have just not have that one.
Right, I was going to say, just done the bar.
There's something about you wanting a speakeasy. Why?
Because whatever happens in Speakeasy stays in Speakeasy, and you can say it's the same about barbershop. Whatever happens in barbershop stays in barbershop.
That's a great
Yeah,
one.
it's between the barber
and the client, yeah.
right?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why people can confide so much.
I think like we have like this a little bit of if you go to a restaurant, it's like more about food, and kind of like it's already like very common, and you're not going to be surprised much. Speakeasy, it's still like something that you don't know how to enter, something you have a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
Mystery waiting for you. But here is always some mystery, and like whatever depends on the barber's mood. Sometimes.
Yeah, and I've been here many times with friends,
Here? Oh, here.
to the
to this place. Okay, and there for your haircut.
And then they clean me up, and then I come over here with a date or friends or family. Come here with my daughter and my son-in-law as well. And, I just love introducing people here.
Yeah.
And my favorite part for the first timers is that door. Like, I always said, get a thrill.
I know, because when you brought me here,
I always get a thrill. Like,
it was so fun.
And they always go, here, knock. And wait, what is this? And then they finally the door opens and they go,
it's always
a surprise,
always a surprise.
I was very lucky with building this place. I have a great team of barbers that I work with, and they were absolutely incredible artists. And each of them, I adore their job. And one of my hairdresser's husband, he's a handyman. And he started. I basically, when she came to work, I didn't need another stylist, another barber. But I asked her, like, what do your husband? But she was desperate in work, and I asked, like, well, what your husband does? And she's like, oh, he can do anything. He's excellent. He's like whatever he's doing, handyman, like anything. And I'm like, oh, I will hire your husband for sure. And he came and he started to build Speakeasy. So, everything what I was telling him, I want a wooden ceiling. And he's like, I love it. Let's do that. And he made it happen. Then I said, like, oh, I want like this. I bought this on the Facebook Marketplace. I bought this piano, like a music organ, antique one. And I didn't know like how to make it, like where to put it, but I just liked the piece. And I said, like, how about if we're going to make a door? And he's like, I love it. It's going to work.
So that was custom made.
Everything.
You didn't buy it as a
that's
door.
No. Of course, everything is custom made. Everything is an idea, my idea. But he was not stopping me. He was like, okay, we can make it work.
Yeah.
He was a disruptor with you.
Yeah.
It was an engineering project to hang this heavy piano.
I was going to say, and have it move?
And having move, yes. And many things didn't work prior. We found the perfect solution for that. But the same was like to put like this fireplace on top, and it fit perfectly in. So the furniture that comes
How many
here.
places you go to get all the furniture? Because you bought them piece by
Piece by piece
throughout the
by
Midwest,
piece.
right? Like,
Absolutely.
how many places you
Everywhere.
go to fill all this out?
I was just looking on whatever Facebook Marketplace, whatever people were selling, and I was again like a puzzle pieces, collecting what I liked.
Yeah.
I've started like finishing with the glassware, like crystal
Amazing.
glassware, forks.
And you also repurpose
everything.
pieces, right? Like there's doors that are now tabletops.
Yep.
And then what?
Oh, yeah, that's
what
right. I
was
forgot
this
about that.
before? This
That was in one of the like ladies' homes, and she was downsizing, and she didn't know how to get rid of this thing.
and it wasn't a liquor shelf.
No, it
What
was just a regular bookshelf.
Yeah. That's
Pretty.
And I
pretty.
saw that bookshelf, and I knew
so
that I
pretty.
needed, and basically it was not matching at this moment to the rest of the stuff that I had, but everything like in my head it was matching.
Yeah.
And I knew how that to make it
Yeah.
work all together. Same with the furniture from this green couches. They came from the W. Clement Stone house.
And
Yeah.
he's famous.
He is famous.
For what?
He was head of a nation combined insurance. He was one of the richest guys in 1900s. He made it like true American story dream from nothing to the big empire. He was financing Richard Nixon campaign. He was also a motivator and wrote a lot of books about like motivational speeches. And his belief was if you tell yourself more than 100 times a day, do it now, just this phrase, you're going to be successful. And Nike took this, just do
Just
it.
do it. Just do it.
And we know that it works.
Yeah.
It worked
Well,
for
and
them.
you've told us before we started the podcast that you actually had some help in building this kind of space and the feeling, which is through with your daughter, Sophia.
Absolutely.
So Sophia, I would love to hear, your story. Like, how are you a part of this? I know that you're not here, you don't work here anymore, but you used to, and you helped build, kind of this. And we'd love to hear, how were you a part of this? How did you kind of bring your vision to life here?
Yeah, my mom, she's amazing.
Oh.
Everything that she told me to do, I tried my best to get done here. I used to help out with the kitchen. Now we have an amazing chef called Nadia, and she's amazing at what she does. But prior to her, I was, doing all the kitchen work, and I would serve the customers, and I would be kind of like the face that brought my mom together. If she was busy doing something, or people would ask about her very, very often.
Yeah.
And I would tell them about her story, kind of how she started, where she is now. A lot of people would love to talk to her. So I definitely brought her a lot of connections in that way, which I'm very, very happy that I was able to do that for her. And I just really loved watching, everything come together, and it's still growing.
But there's also some stuff that you brought, some of your own ideas.
Yeah.
What are some of the ideas that were part of the experience here? Like, maybe the layout or maybe the service or what is it? Where's some of Sophia in this?
I would definitely say a lot of what I kind of brought to the table was my service. Exactly that. Every time I would serve customers, I would try to explain, to the best of my abilities on exactly how everything works here. There's a lot of, new things that you don't really see at a different restaurants. Like, for example,
what?
steak on the stone. It's a very unique thing that my mom created for herself. She has this big oven, and she has this really huge stone, and you're able to cook this steak for yourself to however you like.
At your table.
Yeah, at the table
cool.
yourself. So it's really, really awesome. I was able to, help people figure out exactly how to use it and things like that. And I had kind of like my own little script, if you would say. But apart from that, I was also able to explain the drinks very, very well.
What's an example of a signature drink here that you would explain?
Well, my mom created a drink, and she named it after my grandma, but her mom. It's called the Mulata's Aura. It's a very, very beautiful drink with lingonberry tonic in it as well, with gin. Very, very beautiful. It's more on the sweeter side, just a little bit, but
How is it beautiful? Describe it for us.
it comes in like one of these like
Hurricane
glasses, and then it's multicolored. So the bottom of it is a very, very beautiful violet color, like lavender almost. And the top of it is with lingonberry juice and
black currant.
And black currant, yes.
Caviar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's two generations here, right? And many times that I come, one thing that I've struck, certain bars, many bars kind of attract a certain demographic. either racially, ethnically, or socioeconomically, or even age-wise. But what I have experienced here time and time again is how diverse your clientele is. I mean, obviously, you're Russian immigrant, so there's a community you're part of. And so you come here and there's sort of a Russian, Eastern European vibe, but it's not a Russian speakeasy. It's really a community speakeasy where there's Russian presence. And then there's Peruvians like myself and Filipinos like you. And you know, whites from the community from different European descendant backgrounds. So that in itself is quite telling. But in addition, I'm struck by, going back to the generational difference here, is the age difference. I mean, I see people of all ages in here, you know, people who are older, people that will come in groups. I see couples on a date, young couples on a date. I see girls' night out here. And people kind of come in either casual or pretty dressed up. You know, it's a very eclectic environment you created. How did you do it? And I'm interested in Yana's answer, but also yours, because, you know, when you say about service, there's something that you do because of your generation that you made people of all generations
feel comfortable here. Yeah.
How did this happen? How did you create such an eclectic, diverse environment?
Yeah.
My mom, she kind of gave me that trait of being able to just like talk to people and communicate and connect. And that's another thing that she loves, is to bring communities together. And it's really great she's able to do that here. Another thing that I'm able to add to that is also like, I kind of have, well, since I'm only 19, I have kind of like a younger view.
Sure.
So it's kind of nice because when I was working here and younger people would come in, they would also have that perspective, and able to connect with someone younger along with my mom. So that was kind of my role.
Yeah, that's a perspective.
What's a younger view? What would the younger view, like what did you bring in the evening because of your age and your perspective that would not have happened?
I would say that people would definitely, so a thing about serving is that you could have a completely different experience and your food can completely even taste different. Depending on who is really talking to you, who's really serving you. You have to kind of be able to, like I said, have that connection with those people. So when younger girls, for example, will come in and be like, "Hi, ladies," you know, like have that kind of script, be able to connect with different people in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
What was your role in creating an eclectic, diverse environment? Because that's community, right? You're creating community here.
Again, I started 10 years ago as a barber, and through my clients, my wonderful, wonderful people that I love absolutely, I learned so many different generations, but they all connected together with respect to each other, and I learned America values through this connection, through the loyalty, which was one of the interesting discoveries was through baseball. When I didn't, as a Russian person, I had no clue why people play this boring sport. And I was trying. I went to like some games. I still didn't get it.
Yeah, it's tough to sit through an entire.
It was like I was ending up at the bar somewhere.
Sure.
Because people were there, like just not for a game. Actually, it was more for something else.
Yeah.
And then so happened that I was lucky. One of the Wednesday mornings, it was people came with cameras, with like microphones, and they asked like about Chris Bryant, and I'm like, I looked at my book of clients, and I see like a lot of Chris's. Who is Bryant? I have no idea. Apparently, that was a baseball player. I didn't know. And my client started to, he said like, "Oh, I can help you." And they started to shoot a promotional video for Red Bull commercial or something. And I learned about that Chris Bryant brought a goat to the game to remove a curse. And next year, guess what? They won World Series. So And I see these games connected to the families, how they were talking about like who won, and how people when Cubs were winning, how they took a radio to the cemetery and were listening for the game like by the grave of their grandparents.
Oh, wow.
And that was like absolutely incredible that people, that this game is not about the sport much.
It's not. It really
it's
isn't.
more about generation of connection. And that's what like eye-opening for me. For me, I started to respect and love the American lifestyle and culture based on this like layers of generations.
Well, and I love, that's actually so interesting because like you said, you know, Yana, when I was introduced to baseball myself, I think I was in college or something, and all of my friends would go. And like you said, it is pretty boring, you know, even if you understand the game. But like you said, I love that you saw, it's evident to me that you see how everything kind of fits together. Like you actually said a puzzle.
Absolutely.
But for you to pick out like, oh my gosh, it's not about, I mean, it's the sport, of course. It's the core is the sport, or the core here is getting your hair cut, or I mean, it's kind of this tangible thing. It's a service, but there's so much more to it. You can take anything, a haircut, and build community. You know, you can build, I mean, I think honestly for me, I'm still kind of like, it was such a magical moment to see Stacy walk in, because that was such a great example of how she was, you know, looking for community, looking for something for her son, you know, to be a part of, and probably her daughter. And you were so able to just create that.
Absolutely. And I'm, for me, growing the kids that are grew through this 10 years of me being here, like they were like tiny, screaming teenagers. And then like all of a sudden they are right now professionals. And it's like a cartoon. I see them once a month. And it's changing like to the beautiful, like people. And I am so lucky to be part of that, like a part of this like long process, because it's only one like that I know, like I lived in different countries, but loyalty to the barber, loyalty to the community. Many families that grew up in Highland Park and go live somewhere else, then they come back to Highland Park. It has like something magical here in Highland Park.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and Yana, you know, you, as an immigrant who had to leave community, you had to leave your homeland, which, you know, I can relate to as well. It's hard, right? You are like a fish out of water. And people want to change your name and all this stuff. But here you are in a new community. And it's your community. You know, you have found a way to make it your home and adapt some of the values, right? And really get comfortable and raise your daughter here and others, the other children. And, but then you've gone further where not only have you found a way to feel at home, you now are a hostess to this community, to nurture and deepen the bonds community. Tell us about, how does that feel?
For me, it was, again, Sophia knows that prior building barbershop here, I was building, constantly changing something at home. And my kids were little and they were like, Mom, can we not change something this weekend? Because I was involving them like into order to move something or to like do something or
Let's get creative.
I was going to say, yes, that's your spirit.
It's something like that like helps me, keeps me away from trouble. But once I started to build here, I started to build life around myself, because basically I spent most of my day here, and I sleep in Vernon Hills, but I live here. How to make it with the barbershop, it started that my clients were traveling to Europe, to London, to Paris for work, and they were showing me, I went to this barbershop, it's so cool, and they were showing me pictures of that. And then I was kind of a little jealous, like why they cannot go there, see their barber shops and say, like, I have better at home. And I decided to create this better barbershop.
Good for you. I was going to say, me too.
No,
Me too.
I didn't like the part that like they found something better than they have. So that was the first kind of like, and I started to, again, I live here. So I want to live in a nice place. I want to build this nice life around me, surround myself with beautiful people. My team is, it's excellent. That's my family, basically. My daughter is my family. Everyone is in my family was involved in helping me in the beginning to grow this business, to set up the business the way Sophia knew what am I, because my name is on the entrance. It was very important for me to represent exactly who am I.
Yeah.
In each little detail.
Yeah.
And she was better than anyone who built this with me, knowing what I want.
Yeah.
So it's
No. And I think that's, from the start when you talked to us about, your boss asking you to change your name or saying, because, I in the work that we've done, that Andres and I are from the field of diversity and equity and inclusion. And one of the things that often happens with people who have what people think are difficult names, my name's Eloiza, and it has every vowel in it except for you and Y, honestly. So people are like, I don't know how to say your name. And oftentimes people will take privilege and say, I can't say that, I'm just going to call you something, which I think is really interesting. I mean, the level of privilege that it takes to be able to do that. And, I've been in those situations where sometimes you just say, okay, because it might be easier for them. You don't want to be an inconvenience, but what I love about your story is that you've not only did you say, no, like that's not my name. But then you took it and you put it on the front of the,
when she walked out.
Yeah, you walked out of the job. But what you did is then, like you said, Yana, I mean, it does take something to call. I mean, you could easily have said like Highland Park Speakeasy and made it, whatever. Or you could say, whatever. I mean, whatever road you're here on, Ravinia Speakeasy. You could easily, right. You could have easily said that, but you didn't. You put it on your name, which actually puts a lot of pressure, on you.
It does, absolutely. And every time that's what I was telling, and I was going through different chefs. And for me, it was very important as a dish, let's say, like you receive something, and when it's like not warm enough or doesn't look good, it's a message. It's a message from me, how I respect you. So if you don't like this message, you're never going to come back. Yeah. So for me, I wanted to bring the perfect me with, like, maybe it's not, artist has different forms and shapes and tastes and everything, but it's my art, my love.
Yeah, I love it.
And each thing what served here is like through my kind of like with my love in it. Absolutely.
So speaking of your love, we've talked about you adopting here, creating community, but your homeland is Russia, and you immigrated from there. How does Russia and your Russian culture show up here, physically, in the taste, in the experience? Where's the Russianness here?
So mainly vodka, of course.
Okay, let's get started.
So I explain how vodka, who designed vodka, who invented vodka, and I teach people how to drink vodka right. I cannot teach too many lessons a day, Otherwise, I will be an alcoholic. But at least, like sometimes, like when I see people that are interested in this, I would.
What's a common mistake that people make about drinking vodka?
First of all, they don't know the science. So you can't mix vodka with anything. So vodka was invented by the very famous scientist. His name is Dmitry Mendeleev, who was well known more, I don't know why, but for periodic table, that he organized all the elements in periodic table. But he also invented this formula of vodka.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool.
So 40% of pure alcohol and 60% of water. Why 60-40? Why not 50-50?
Yeah,
why not 70-30? So that's the perfect ratio for our body to absorb alcohol in a certain speed. So that's the reason. And once you are messing up with like mixing it with different like cranberry juice or something, you're messing up with science. Then you have a headache, obviously, in the morning. So the right way, how vodka was invented to help you kill bacteria, clean your taste buds in your mouth, improve your mood, clean guts. It's like improved blood circulation. It's basically a healthiest drink on earth.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
It is. It is.
That is really interesting.
The right way, let's say, to drink vodka is to not put anything.
It's just straight?
Straight. It has to be very, very cold. So now vodka itself, it's not about taste of vodka, like when we taste whiskey or scotch or wine. It's all about taste, like what details, right? Vodka, the least amount of taste, the better. So it has to be super cold.
Smooth and wow.
Super cold. So then vodka is a carrier. It's like overnight delivery of anything. Whatever alcohol is a carrier. So if it's in whiskey, so alcohol in a whiskey carries all the like oak barrel things, like some tastes, other whatever is not filtered.
Yeah.
Vodka is overnight delivery of nothing. So the least of like what will be delivered is better. That's why water is super important in the process. So let's say Grey Goose vodka is 15 stages of filtration. Is very clean, so nothing that's like supposed to be delivered. Because when you drink vodka, it's a happy drink. You drink vodka and you are like, oh, let's go party. So when you drink whiskey, it kind of makes you a little bit tired. So because it delivers a lot of things that our liver starts to kind of like process.
I know, it's so interesting.
Wow.
Well, and so you know, this is actually a really good segue because Yana and Sophia, we have a section in the podcast where we call it GPS, Disrupt GPS. And the Disrupt GPS is where we say what we've actually taken away. And I want to start here because I didn't know that. I didn't know
the science behind
the vodka. I mean, because I think that it's often to say like vodka and cranberry or vodka and this. I didn't realize that we were actually taking away. So that's something for me. That's a dink. I will try that tonight. But you know, as I'm listening to you.
Besides this, there's rituals and how to drink vodka as well. So you have to have like 2 shots, and first and second shot supposed to be kind of close. Like one after another, but you need to drink it again straight, cold. You have like something to like as a appetizer in your hand, and you have to breathe certain way. So you have to exhale, do the shot, smell first the food that you're gonna eat, then you taste the food, and only after that you start breathing regularly. So that is like a whole ritual.
Wow.
And once you do it right, you understand the beauty of this process. So it's not just like to get drunk. For me, alcohol is every bottle. Somebody designed it. Somebody put like many years in order to create this particular bottle. So same as for me, it took many years to create what I'm creating here. So some people invested their life into the creation of the different like particular bottle of brand of alcohol. And why they created this one? It's not like it's supposed to be some sort of like process, not just a beautiful label. And it is. And for me, it's interesting to learn more about different alcohol as well, and share what I know about.
Amazing.
And just one more Russian thing in this experience.
Russian thing is culture, of course. I grew up and was very, very lucky to grow up and go to Hermitage, go to see ballet. My first husband happened to be a ballet artist, and I spent a lot of hours behind the scenes in theaters. I was very lucky to my parents. I lived in Finland, grew up when I was a kid, 4 years, lived in Finland. Then my father worked in Austria, and I was there as a teenager. Then I came back to St. Petersburg. And this, like many cultures, shaped me as who I am, with respect to to those cultures. It's not just one, not just Russia, or not just France or Britain, but we have this like beautiful art that connects, music that connects. It doesn't matter what nationality or what origin, but it's beautiful. So same with art. If you do a beautiful art, it doesn't really matter. Like you have to love cultures, and learn more about cultures like Peru. Like I want to go there. I want to learn more.
I've had some
about
pisco
it.
sours here. I think you named it after me.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
And actually, I know we're near the end here, but given what you just said, and all that you said, the two of you, to walk into Yana Speakeasy is to walk not only into a place of relaxation and community, but it always feels cultured. I always feel like I have intelligent conversations here.
Learn something new.
No, because of all
I
these,
have.
subjective and the artistic aspect of it just inspires you to have more elevated conversations, right? But I know we're going to do our final segment here, but I have to ask, we have a difficult scar in our city based on the shooting. The 4th of July shooting happened 3 years ago here in Highland Park. And we all were damaged by it, and we all have had to go through the trauma of it. And you had your business here. You came out of the pandemic, and the shooting happened. And then, and some years have passed, but we're still dealing with the scar. How do you think, this vision of communities, which is beautiful, but you also took to heart, because you were part of that.
Absolutely.
How has this Speakeasy in the barbershop, what role has it played in contributing to the healing of this community?
It basically was absolutely terrifying moment for everyone, and for me, because I'm a part of the families. And when it happened, I, like as a mom, as a friend, I had my people there on the parade, and everyone was calling me. My son called me first, and he's like, "Mom, where are you?" Because I was supposed to be there as well. And it was just shocking. And when everything started, kind of like all these people started to come and express what they saw, what they felt, how they were witnessing this terrible situation. It was pain and scary. In the same time, it taught us to stay together, because at this moment, at the shooting, people, what they and bad things, thank God, like fade away. But good things are constantly, we will remember how people, businesses open their doors for people to come in to shelter, to kind of hide, how people were saving each other and kind of like protecting each other and supporting each other. And that was something that showed us that we are actually not lonely.
Hello. Yeah.
We are all together, and it united us. Unfortunately, through the bad this situation episode, but it taught us that we need to be more careful to each other, to listen, to see the it's my coming, and in order to prevent that from happening, especially for this person who did the shooting. He obviously lived among us for many, many years. And somehow we didn't recognize this coming. And as a barber, I have definitely a responsibility to see and communicate with people and hear like different dangerous moments, I would say, and I have to recognize that and be aware. And
well, and I think it's so interesting to hear. I mean, I don't live in Highland Park. I live in Libertyville, but it's only 20 minutes away. So we were all, kind of impacted, not certainly in the way that was more direct for all of you. But for me, that's one of my big takeaways as I'm sitting here and listening is this concept of, I think oftentimes, at least for me, we think about getting your hair cut, getting your hair done, getting something to eat and drink as like a service. It's like, it's just something you do, especially a haircut. I have 4 boys. You just kind of like done. But what I love is, especially listening to the both of you, and asking like Sophia, like, what did you bring? And like, Yana, what did you bring? It was very clear. The answer was very simple. You brought yourself. You really wanted to make sure that the name Yana meant something to people, that it wasn't just like you said, Sophia, they could eat whatever they want. You could drink whatever you want. You can go and get your haircut, but it was the experience. It was the feeling that you were giving. And, and Sophia, it's very clear, to me, even as a 19-year-old, that you got that from your mom, either intrinsically or she told you, I don't know, but it's really clear to me that this is actually almost like a really cool example of just the sharing of community, and that you've taught your daughter in covert and overt ways that like, the way that you treat other people is how they will feel the community, and that you really take pride in that. You wouldn't put your name on it had it not been. So for me, I mean, in terms of our, disrupt GPS, that is really disruptive. That is taking a very simple thing, a very simple like haircut. I mean, I just got my haircut last week, and my people are very good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I've thought about it that way. I really don't. I don't know if I've thought about it like that. Wow, you're really teaching this, especially, to the next generation so that she can carry this on. But that again, and because when we were asking, well, what did you bring? It was really interesting how simple it was. Like it was us, like we brought us. This is why they come.
I want to add a little thing that being like Russian, we don't ask like, how are you in Russia? Because you might receive an answer, a true one.
A true one. I'm fine. It doesn't really mean you're fine.
And through many decades of American grow, this kind of became a little bit of a shell that people like kind of created around themselves by I'm fine. I'm like,
of course.
And in the service industry, it's also kind of like sometimes it's fake smiles. And in Europe, you would often hear about Americans, or it's all the fake smiles. So it's not true. I wanted to bring the truth, like the true smile, the true appreciation as being Russian, because I'm telling the truth the way like it is. Like if I don't like something, I will tell that.
Yeah, exactly.
And Andrés knows. But it's honest advice and honest feelings and not cheesy, like kind of like fake smile.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling Sophia, like as well. She knows how, like, be honest, be love people. Everyone who comes in, it's a person that has like such
Awesome.
a beautiful story behind that we don't know yet, but we might learn if he or she will let us. And this is the best moment when people are opening up and sharing their stories with
That's
us.
amazing.
Well, my disrupt GPS, which is sort of a takeaway, and this is coming straight out of being a resident here and also an elected official, is that the power of community, which is how we started. The disruption of community, and the community can have a very superficial veneer, right? But you, two of you, and what your staff has created here, as well as next door in the barbershop, is that you redefine community to be a place of not just a superficial caring for other people and being polite, but really caring about people's lives. You talk about caring about their families, watching them grow out from, little kids to teenagers, from the teenagers to professionals to family, often men, and wanting to know who they've connected with, right? And even how you talked about your drinks, the vodka ritual. It's you said it's not to get drunk, right? It's really to experience something artistic, how you present it and how you understand it and what it's doing. And and alcohol does have an effect, right?
Yeah.
But and that's part of why people drink. And obviously there's the extreme bad part of it, but the good part of it is the thing that it loosens our inhibitions. But if we loosen the inhibitions for what? And I hear so we can create community, so we can see each other better, right? So we can connect. And what I love about all this, and this is my other takeaway, is the importance of being holistic, right? One can talk about a bar. Give me a cocktail, the transactional thing you talk about. But you said that all of this works together for an experience. And again, I'm picking up on the experience one too. That I walk in here and I have the mystery of the door that opens up, the surprise, the elegance of this place, which is very elegant, but it's very eclectic, right? It's very unusual. The elegance of your drinks, you described the really unique cocktail. You have others too that also have their own artistic thing, how you serve them, and the colors and the glass and the stir and whether smoke comes out of it or not. It's just like there's all kinds of different experiences.
My bartender, he is such an artist of what he's doing. He came to me and he really liked the concept and the speakeasy and how it looks. And he saw that in the beginning I didn't have very good bartenders. And it was kind of like he saw that I'm struggling, and he came and he said, again, I can help you. I'm like, yeah, right. Like I had no idea who he was. Eventually when we met and he showed me pictures of what he's doing, of his mixology art, I'm like, why? Like, what's the catch? Why me? Like, why? He's like, I just want to help you. I know you have a great, beautiful concept. I just want to make it like for you. That it would work out, and if not him, I don't know. That's the magic and beauty of the place. Same as a barbershop. I truly believe in universe, whatever, like giving and expecting from universe. It comes naturally. You just don't have to fight it. You have to be open, and people come to my life. It's a huge gift of universe of bringing right people that are extremely talented, extremely wonderful, and I just absolutely
and you brought together transactional needs with art
Haircut.
to create community.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So we want to, so actually, Andrés, why don't you tell them where we can find, like, where are we? So if people want to come and check it out.
We are in the city of Highland Park in what's called the Ravinia Business District. So Highland Park has different business districts. This is at the intersection of Roger Williams and St. John's.
It's also by the Ravinia train station that takes you all the way, brings you all the way from downtown Chicago, and all the northern suburbs come up this way, northern wards of Chicago. And so there's many ways to get here. And you come year round, but also during the summer, this is a great place to stop before Ravinia Festival, or it's a great place to come in after Ravinia Festival. They stay out late, stay open late. So, we'll have Yana's address on the screen for you, her website, and also her barbershop, so you can make an appointment.
I know, I love it.
Eventually we're going to have some interesting interviews in the barbershop.
Oh, that's
so it's
right.
our next project we are kind of developing right now.
Yep.
It will be live music as well in the barbershop.
And some podcast episodes
and
yourself.
some interviews there, podcasts as well. So it will be like next step. Very I think it will benefit Ravinia a lot.
Yeah.
And I really count that Ravinia artists will come here after or before their concerts. And
I know that would be amazing.
And have like kind of the introduction to their concert or their response after the concerts in Ravinia, which we would love to hear and kind of like have a personal connection.
I love it. I love it. Well, so we, first of all, want to thank the both of you for allowing us to be in both of the places, and also to have a potential client come in. So we're actually going to follow up with Stacy and Ezra and see, because we would love to see the haircut that you give the little 3-year-old. And wouldn't that be amazing if he grew up here, right? And had his first drink here. That would be really, really cool.
We have to wait probably
several years. Yeah, we'll wait. He's only 3. So I know, just wait. But that's okay for that episode.
Sequel,
yeah. I know that's a big sequel.
I hope Sophia will do that.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't that be so cool? Yeah, Sophia would eventually take Ezra. What a great story. So, you know where to find Andrés. Well, you can find him on all of his platforms. You know where to find me on all of ours. What we ask you to do again is comment on all of this. Tell us what you like to drink, what you would like to, see. What is your favorite haircut? So comment on some of those things. How do you make community? What would you like Ezra's haircut to be? That would be kind of cool. And then do a couple other things. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button so that you can get more and more information about haircuts and speakeasies, about Yana and Sophia. And we want to thank you again for joining us on this episode of Disrupt the Podcast. And have a great day. Thanks so much.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.